Good evening, everybody. This is Sangeeta Saxena, editor, Aviation and Defense Universe. And today we have a very special guest with us. The country has gone through a real interesting phase in the last 15 days. And suddenly it's the hero of the complete scenario has been air defense. And we have with us Lieutenant General V.K. Saxena, who was the DG Army Air Defense. Welcome, General Saxena, to ADU's chat room. Wonderful to have you here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Sangeeta.
And, sir, this is a wonderful situation to be in that, India has emerged very heroic in whatever happened in the last few days. And
Good.
we would like to begin with by understanding from you that, sir, what is the geopolitical scenario which led to all this?
I won't labor much on the geopolitical backdrop, except to tell that Pakistan is a state sponsor of terrorism that is not only known to India, it is known to the world. And latest in May 2025, Government of India has taken out a list of terror attacks in India, starting from very beginning. The chapter which is most interesting is a list of terrorist attacks from 8th June 1980, in which attacks in Jammu and Kashmir, Srinagar figure prominently. But in Pakistan, few attacks have actually hit us and really made a dent. December 2001, attack on Indian Parliament. November 2008, attack on Mumbai, which we call 26/11, 175 people killed. Can you just imagine? November 2016, Uri attack, so many people killed. 2019 Pulwama attack. Now, till the time Uri happened, it was mostly condemnation, international, national condemnation, and world war. War with words and action. But something drastically changed in 2019. Moment this Pulwama happened, we did a surgical strike. In the words of our honored Prime Minister, घर में घुस के मारेंगे और दुनिया के किसी भी कोने से आपको निकाल के मारेंगे. This tendency thereafter has continued from 2019 and latest in 2025 when the Pahalgam attack has taken place. Very famously, our Honorable Prime Minister has set up a three-phased doctrine. He has said very clearly, any terror attack on India, उसका मुंह तोड़ जवाब देंगे. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, न्यूक्लियर ब्लैकमेल के नीचे पनपते हुए आतंकवाद को नहीं सहेंगे. तीसरा, आतंक परस्त गवर्नमेंट और आतंकियों के आका को अलग अलग नहीं देखेंगे. So this is a new normal. Of Sindoor is a new normal. That is the geopolitical. I will just very summarize it. Whereas the military backdrop, I will not say anything on the military backdrop because we are prepared 24/7 and 365 days. But from Pahalgam, what happened? Pahalgam, immediately something like this happened. I will not say it is in the classified domain how the whole forces took up their operational stations and were ready for the things to come. That's what I wish to
Absolutely.
say.
Yes, absolutely, sir. And when we move from here, we move towards more towards your domain. So, how do you
Yes.
feel that the Army Air Defense was prepared for this thing? What was its preparation?
If you really ask me, I will just set the perspective straight, firstly, so that the Army Air Defense is seen in the right perspective. In our country, the responsibility of air defense is that of the Indian Air Force. But for execution of this responsibility, core competent weapons exist in all service domain which are operated by competent personnel. Why so? Because air threat, which all air defenses are meant to counter, can manifest in on land, on sea, on air, on subsurface, in space, everywhere, either simultaneously or individually. While that can happen, what is the umbilical cord? The umbilical cord which binds us all in one thread is the battle management and control system, the which we call in air defense parlance, air defense control and reporting system. I'll be laboring on it. I can tell you the details little later, but suffice to say here that imagine a national grid of air defense in which there is an umbilical cord controlling the air defense starting from Air Force higher CNR nodes, going to the Army, going to the Navy in one seamless direction, and thereafter core competent weapons existing in each domain. Now, from here, I extract the Army Air Defense's domain. In Army Air Defense, our ground-based air defense weapon system are based on three verticals. What are those three verticals? Sensors, shooters, and battle management control system. Sensors, early warning to look at the enemy threat, fire control to control the fire of guns and missiles, and firearm and the shooters are starting from the low level light air defense guns to short range missiles to medium range missiles to long range missiles, firearm, and thirdly battle management control system, which you see as a part of the tri service grid. The Air Force component of it is called integrated air command and control system. Army system is called Akash Tir, and Navy system is called Trigun. Now, Army Air Defense, what was our aim? What was our goal? We were a part of the overall matrix, but for unfortunately for the enemy, and a proud moment for us, the air threat which emerged from the enemy was such that the ground-based air defense weapon system, especially in the counter drone domain, became prominently active, and they showed their worth of bringing them down. So, what was our aim, you ask me? Our aim is contained in our motto. What is our motto? Akashe Shatrunjahi, kill the enemy in the sky. Like all air defenses are meant to beat the enemy air threat. Ours is no different, but we beat the enemy's air threat, conventional as well as drone threat, in our domain of ground-based air defense weapon systems.
Yeah, and then this came as a very unexpected threat. It came when it was just not expected. So were we prepared for it? Absolutely.
It will be incorrect to say not expected. As that day, I think one TV show Gaurav I was talking about Shatru Bodh and Swayam Bodh. Know your enemy, and you will not lose in 1,000 battles. Our understanding of the enemy's tactics, our understanding of the enemy's type of air threat. Now, Pakistan has not become a drone power yesterday. It has been acquiring drones from left, right, and center, and this thing is not hidden from us. So we were very much sure that the air threat which will emerge when air threat is emerging in a proper dual of air force, then it emerges in aircrafts, attack helicopters, cruise missiles, anti-radiation missiles, surface to surface missile. But when the game is only to remain on your side of the border, throw something across which can hit precisely, which can cause nuisance, then small drone. And remember, Sangeeta, um, small drones have emerged as a very potent air threat vehicle of today. It has not started today. It started on 5th January 2018 when the first drone attack took place on the Russian air base at Khmeimim and the naval base at Tartus. Just 13 drones caused damage on the Russian assets being protected by Pantsir. Then Saudi oil fields in September 2019. Then Russo-Ukraine war. We have been watching our enemy, our adversary. What is he doing? And therefore, we were preparing for a long time. And today, that preparation has paid.
Absolutely, sir. And when we're talking of preparation, as a former DG Army Air Defense, are you is Army Air Defense a part of the planning and because is it done in isolation by the planners B, or is it done in the collaboration with the Corps of Air Defense?
I feel that we are integrated today more than any time in the past.
Ah,
I will not hesitate to say that the earlier hesitations, like for example, I'm talking of the battle management command and control system, the line of air defense command and control, which has tremendous functions. Look at the enemy air threat, recognize it, prioritize it, select the weapon system, designate the target, control the air defense battle. Huge thing. There used to be some hiccups earlier between inter services, and I am so proud today that most of these hiccups today you must be reading, and there was some misinformation going on about Akash Tir being the only system which is actually integrated the whole air defense. No, that's not the story. The army air defense battle is being controlled by the three services in a coordinated manner. Air Force, overall responsibility, integrated air command and control center, which actually took place in our time when we were in service. But I don't take any claim and credit for anything. And going across to the army, Akash Tir. Latest, you must have read many articles. Akash Tir today has become the star performer. Why? Why it has become star performer? We have the tremendous technology, number one. But more importantly, we have a seamless connect with the Air Force. And going down, imagine a higher air defense control node, which you see on the TV, huge node. From there, a seamless connection goes up to the weapon platforms and the entire air defense battle. So there was a misinformation. We launched S-400 to take out a drone. Oh,
Hmm.
nothing can be more far away from the truth. You
Very.
never launch such a tremendous air defense and anti-missile system to take out a small drone. This is where the integrated air defense battle contributes. They tell the chain will tell you now engage, disengage, this weapon, that weapon. I will not be able to divulge how it happens, but we are today integrated across board, across services, and the earlier hiccups are gone.
So, sir, which I'll just jump to the technologies which were used in this operation and in Operation Sindoor. What were the, which actually were the technologies which were very useful during?
I will tell you the most useful technology. You see, we realized because all soldiers and all our planners they are fully aware that what is the emerging threat. What is the emerging threat? Drone. Actually, everybody talking drone, drone, drone. We should not get confused with that. There are two different verticals of air threat. One is a small drone threat, other is a conventional air threat. I will talk of these two separately. What is a small drone threat? A small drone threat is a threat of unarmed aerial systems. They may be totally unarmed, they may be only for reconnaissance, or they may only for intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance, star machines, or they may be having combat material on them. For example, guided missiles, rockets, laser guided bombs, so on. And there may be certain machines which are totally dedicated for precision strikes, like MQ4 Reaper, like Wing Loom 2, like Bayraktar, Akinci, and so on. I can cover that in detail later, but here suffice to say that this is one threat. Why this threat is succeeding? Nobody is talking about that. This threat succeeded is like I am throwing small stones at you. If you do not have the shield to control the small stone, and you're controlling and you're countering small stones with huge, big items, big shields, and big, you will fail. I had written an article a long time back how Iron Dome will not succeed over a long period of time against small rockets. How Pantsir S1 system fired at Khmeimim, still three drones came. How Patriot 404 deployed at the Saudi airfield, still Houthi drones attacked them. It is a question of the right fit.
Yeah.
Why? What is the USP? Everybody calls USP. USP or small drones. What is it? They have a small RCS. What is RCS? Radar cross section. For a very simpler term, radar cross section just is a measure of the visibility. If I have a small radar cross section, I will not be visible. If I have a large cross section, I will be visible to a radar. In air defense, if you are not visible to a radar, you cannot be detected, no missiles can be fired, you cannot be killed for conventional weapons. Therefore, what we have to develop? We have to develop eyes and ears that detect small threat. How can you do that? It is done by electro-optical means, it is done by infrared means, it is done by certain precision radars working in 6 to 15 megahertz frequencies. It is done by frequency modulated continuous wave radars. I cannot go on too much details on that. Certain radars, certain things. What about the kill? You do not launch $1 million missile against $100 drone. How do you kill it? You kill it by two verticals, soft kill and hard kill. Soft kill is by jamming, RF jamming, jam the electromagnet, jam the signal, GPS signal or ground control signal. Burn it by laser, electric and electromagnetics, or directed energy weapon like high power microwave on it, you kill it. Hard kill starting from AK-47 LMG. I'm talking of radar, ground-based air defense guns. Do you know that a gun, vintage gun, ZU-23, firing 1600 rounds or two barrels in 1 minute? There is a weapon system called Shilka ZSU-4B1. How much round it fired? 3,400 rounds per minute per four barrels. This much fire and L70, 370 round, but 300 round per minute, but very effective round, which this is the type of weapon. So soft kill and hard kill. So this is one domain. Soft, small, I call them in my writings. Little monsters means drone threat. Kill them, detect them, and kill them by hard and soft kill. One chapter over. Other chapter is conventional threat, aircrafts, attack helicopters, missiles, anti-radiation missiles, loitering munition, so many things. How do you kill them? You kill them by detecting them through your conventional radars and killing them by air defense means of the nation. What is nation? Air defense aircrafts, long range missiles, medium range missiles, short range missiles, and terminal end weapons in the tactical battle area, and finally terminal guns, which is the firearm. So we are very ready in the army air defense. We control that firearm. We are the owners of that firearm which controls. That is why our firearm is called ground based air defense weapon system, GBADWS. This is the GBADWS which performed today in this scenario, basically for the anti drone threat and some missiles which also shone brightly in the conventional threat, because some missiles were also fired, some rocket artillery was also fired. We took on those missiles. Yesterday there was a PL-15 missile of China being downed, and the thing was shown. Who was downed it? We have Akash weapon system. Akash, everybody talking of Akash. Sorry, there are many other missiles. There is Igla missile, Manpad. Russia has just given us some more component. We have Shilkas, we have Tunguskas, we have Strela 10M weapon system, 5 kilometer range, we have Osa AK, we have Akash, we have QRSAM, we have Barakat, we have S-400. Imagine the firearm. So just don't say Akash, Akash, Akash. It is the whole chain which is functioning beautifully. And also, my salutes to the private industry, the and Bell and DRDO and public industry. Today, how proud I am to tell you that every single radar which Army Air Defense uses, we prepare, we make ourselves. Today we have a radar, I will not name it here, which can detect RCS of 0.01203. I have personally seen it, 2.4 kilometers in the visual domain. We can detect every little monster which is launched at us and kill it thoroughly. This is the beauty of newfound strength of, and don't just say army air defense. It is the integrated battle of armies, air defense, and air force controlling the air defense battle thoroughly, and army air defense weapon performing outgunning and like I say, Akasha Shatru Jahi.
Yeah, it's and sir, this is a great explanation which you gave, I mean, I'm sure the audience will be very happy to hear that. But in addition to that, I wanted to ask you, were there some first time deployments or first time into real threat environment? That equipment was there during this
Yeah.
Operation Sindoor?
I will talk of two such deployments. First of all, certain weapons, like the first time battle tested. By the way, some experts are calling the Op Sindoor as the first drone warfare between two nuclear armed neighbors. Now, this nuclear thing should be out of our mind. Our Prime Minister rightly said this blackmail should be thrown in the dustbin, and we are not talking about nuclear. Okay, all right. Two things. What is first thing? We deployed the counter drone weapons for the first time in combat role. Everybody knows the DRDO D4 weapon system. There is a company called Zen Technologies Limited. It is a company which is the front runner in the counter drone space. They have produced their counter drone system, which has IO and IR based surveillance and RF based kill. That got deployed somewhere. I will not tell how and where it got deployed. In addition, we also deployed certain hard kill system because a gun, for a normal gun, air defense gun, to be capable to bring down certain drones, it requires certain connections based on surveillance to detect drones and direct the fire. That sort of a modification and upgradation, I won't venture into what exact things they are deployed. But the most important thing, and which is the star of everything, was the IACCS Akash Tir Tirgun range, which is our next generation real time air defense control and reporting system. At one point in time, nobody even used to talk. There was a talk. How do you make air defense? Come on. You make a mincemeat of all the air defense weapons. That becomes a sorry. What requires to be integrated, what we have been talking and writing about for decades. Please integrate the air defense battle, not air defense. Don't make a minced meat of air defense weapons. They are meant for each domain of warfare and operated by core competent persons. What you need to do is to make sure that that is now. What is so important in this air defense control and reporting? Is it only communication and reporting? No, sir. No, madam. Something beautiful has happened. ISRO, our ISRO satellite grid, today it's shown, I won't go into the details. ISRO satellite grid has shown that they can find a needle in the haystack. Do you know the accuracy of the 11 strikes which went to Pakistan right from Noor Khan to Sargoza to Jacobabad to Murid K to so on? Sir, we destroyed that particular hangar. Sir, we created a big crater in the runway. Nowhere else. How this precision? This is the beauty of those satellites. Then also, NAVIC powered precision guidance. And third is our control on our autonomous warfare. I won't go in the detail, they are classified. But we are able to integrate, we are able to, in a very simple word, put our act together in precision mapping, precision targeting, autonomous drone warfare, and also remember what's the most important in this battle. Air defense battle is a few minutes and seconds. Decision loop. Decision loop is more important. If there is a latency in the loop, you will lose out the battle. Why hypersonic weapons are becoming such a craze? Because it gives no time to a conventional air defender to protect anything. It's already on your head. So decision loop has to be zero latency. And that is, cannot go into classified details, but suffice to say, this is one of our achievement. Integrated air defense control and reporting system.
Right. So this gives a very nice feel that it's all positive when it comes to our air defense. I just wanted to understand one thing. Are we supposed to believe that there were no gaps and all strength in the integrated air defense system integration we had with the in the battlefield?
I personally feel that even if God Almighty brings his army or brings his forces to fight the devils, he will also have, God Almighty, I'm talking, will also have certain gaps somewhere. Okay, he'll have certain gaps, and those gaps need to be filled. But for me to bring out those gaps here will be inappropriate. I will say one thing in this is that air defense and air force are evolving and learning from war to war, from threat to threat, from strike to strike. Now, it is a common sense to say that if 540 drones or something like that has come, 100% detection, 100% kill, and 100% neutralization. Even God's own army cannot do it.
Yeah.
It is a question of degree of dependency and the degree of success that we achieved a very high degree. Yes, is it to say that Akash Tir, IACCS Akash Tir Trigun is we should lock it? We should lock and keep it in the cupboard? That yes, fine, it's done everything, nothing. Sorry, I cannot disclose those details. It is evolving. It is evolving. As the battle progresses, you will find, oh, this requires to be tied up. Oh, this thing got missed out. This guy. I know most of these details, but I won't divulge it here. But suffice to say, that I will make a broad statement. Yes, there were gaps. There were in any army there will be, but we are up and about. But there is more good than bad. There are more no gaps than gaps, and we are evolving to plug them.
Right, absolutely, sir. Now, sir, when we talk about ourselves, yes, but we fought an enemy, and I would like to ask you, what is your perspective about the enemy here, which is Pakistan, its air defense?
Very, very important question. People are missing out this aspect of warfare. You see, you must try to understand the overall what is the overall structure of Pakistan air defense. At one point in time, long time back, not now, long time back, in 50s and 60s, the air defense of the entire Pakistan AD, was the purview of what? Was the purview of only uh, uh, Pakistan Air Force. Sometime back, sometime back, in 1975, in 1975, 75 and 76 beginning, Pakistan Air Defense Command was established. And in 1999, Pakistan Air Defense Command was established. While I'll not go into the
Yeah,
organizational details,
that's
I'll
okay.
come to the brass tacks. Brass tacks is in 1976, Pakistan established a air defense ground environment system. It is called AGIS. What is it? Just try to understand. Again, I try to explain in our scenario. Pakistan also, imagine Pakistan like that, various airfields, wherever. There are a grid in which there are long range early warning radars deployed in a location where look into India and look into various key locations, likely approach routes and likely areas and avenues of attack. Large early warning radars. Then there are air defense control nodes, like our control nodes I was explaining in ICCS. What do they do? They do five, six important functions. Suppose there is an aircraft, Indian aircraft coming in Pakistan airspace. If there are two big radars, maybe those two radars will see as them as two aircraft because each one of them will report aircraft coming, aircraft coming. The first function of this command and control center is to do multi-sensor fusion. Multi-sensor, too many sensors are there. I fuse them and remove duplication. Number one. Number two, identification I do. Which is enemy, which is our. Third, I prioritize. How do I prioritize? That out of these three aircrafts are coming, which is the closest to me and which is the most lethal to me at this point. After prioritization, I will designate that target to some weapon. Weapon is not only guns, it may be aircraft, it may be missiles, it may be guns, it may be anything. And finally, I'll control the air defense battery. This is air defense. Now in Pakistan, early warning radars were deployed long time back, right in the beginning. Like ANTPS series of radar. ANTPS is a US radar. ANTPS 77 were there. Then they also imported certain MPDR radars. Their MPDR radars are mobile pulse Doppler radars. Long time back. Then in 2000 they started Project Crystal. In Project Crystal they upgraded their early warning and control system as also the control nodes. Then new earlier was ANTPS 43, now ANTPS 77 or Rock 3D. At that time, the China also started stepping in with their radars. YLC series of radar, YLC 80, YLC 234, and ANTPS 77, ANFPS 117. Imagine, I'm not going to this jugglery of name. Long range radars deployed. Also, Pakistan acquired nine, over a period of time, nine airborne early warning control systems. They were early warning control system which were deployed, and then they also had the Chinese early warning control Z ZDK 03. They were retired. Today, by all counts, they have eight or nine. Somebody says nine, somebody says eight. Each early warning airborne control system has a horizontal range of 500,000 square kilometers and a vertical range of 6,000 feet, controls air defense battle, controls all battle, and can feed into various air defense control modes. Then they have certain mobility centers. They are called the drone mobility centers. The drone mobility, like it is a Nur Khan Air Base, which we destroyed. What do they do? They particularly control drones. So many drones are deployed, the air mobility center will control them. So, same battle, early warning, detection, launching of and control. This is what the Pakistan air defense. But unfortunately for them and fortunately for us, our muscle of air defense is much superior to enemy. Go weapon by weapon. I just very simply analyze it. I'll just go to the firearm. First of all, just remember that their radars are old vintage, older vintage. Our radars are also old vintage, but many new vintage radars. It should not say that we are all good and enemy is all bad. Sorry, sorry. They're comparable, but our radars are better. Now come to the strike arm, strike. What is our strike capability in terms of S-400? 400-kilometer range. Not only that, how many targets S-400 can engage at a time? 300 targets, madam. And what is the most important weapon it has got? It has got the ESA radar. That is active electronic scan array radar. Very, very upbeat radar. Now, PESA has also come, passive has also come, but this is one great system. As against that, what Pakistan has got in terms of strike, they've got HQ-9P, they've got HQ-9B, and HQ-16 FUL Chinese system, range from 100 to 260 kilometers. Now, these are earlier vintage, and also remember that they're based on phased array radar, not the ESA radar. Come to little lower, leave aside the thing, come to Barak system. Our Barak 8 is a latest generation weapon system inducted in a few years back. What is the range? 70 to 100 kilometers. What is their range in terms of high MAD or high to medium air defense, which I just talked about, is 100 to 260 for high MADs and 40 to 70 for low to medium air defense. What are the weapons? LY-80 and LY-80E, 40 to 70 kilometer range. Come down lower, come down lower. Our Akash weapon system up to 70, 25, Mark 1, Prime, no generation, not going to detail. And you remember the day you were there in the DRDO when we inducted Akash weapon system 5th May. I received the chabi from our chief, General Sohag. You remember that? So today Akash is shining brightly, and my face and my heart and my blood also increases to see my Akash doing so well in Army AD. Now, thereafter come to lower weapon system, the Air Force Spider. Of course, it's a 15 to 35 millimeter, 35-kilometer range, but it is much better than Air Force, than Pakistan Crowtail, 11 to 15 kilometers. And also our Bell QRSAM, latest in the, just hot from the pan actually, 25 to 35. They don't have any weapon in that category. Tungushka, Shilka, maybe legacy system, but there is nothing on the other side. Yes, they have a lot of shoulder fired weapons. They have Anza, they have RBS 70. We also have a lot of them. As regard guns, we have our, both are comparable, L70, 023, this side 37 millimeter, 57 millimeter. But what is it, how they failed this time? Now, their target handling capability and the target speed capability. Now, LY-80 and their low mat system can only take up to 2.5 Mach. Their FM90 can take up to only 1.2 Mach. Crotail can take on 2.3 Mach. What is our BrahMos A, madam? 3 plus Mach. What is our Scalp? What is our Hammer? Much, much faster than what these vintage missile systems can control.
Very
And
true.
therefore, everybody says, we have beaten army air defense. Try to understand what we beat. We beat the weapon system capability. We beat their capability to detect and kill because we pitched in superior weapons. Now, what is the weapon? We have not gone inside Pakistan. What is the weapon system we have used? Weapon systems are a new breed of weapon system. First of all, these are standoff. What is a standoff? I'll stand off from the border and I launch a weapon which will have a range of 300, 400 kilometers. It will be precisely guided by the system which I have told earlier. It will go and pinpoint. It will be a stealthy system. Your radars will not. These weapon systems which I'm talking, they cannot handle stealthy targets. And thereafter, it's CEP. What is CEP? Circular error of probability. In simple language, if the CP is less and less, the weapon will be more and more accurate.
Right.
Our CP is sub-meter. That's why we can pinpoint the what is that called, the big hall where the Azhar Masood's family and so all that got killed. So I was telling Sangeeta that our air uh, attack or our air threat launched with the help of precision weapons, standoff weapons, drones, and some other weapon which I will not name here, not only beat the Pakistani capability to detect and kill us, but also our air defense came out to be much superior than what threat they could launch on us. So this is something, because always remember, air defense of one country never fights air defense of the other. Air defense of one country fights the air threat of the other country. So when we say our air defense is very strong, we could take on the enemy air threat. When we say Pakistani air defense, sort of buckled up and could not, because our air threat was superior in terms of standoff weapons, in terms of precision strikes, in terms of navigation and control, in terms of autonomous drone warfare, in terms of picking and choosing the targets.
Right.
Picking and choosing the targets which we hit.
Very true. But sir, tell me one thing. Then this gets another question, which is that what was the logic behind choosing these 11 targets which we saw the other day?
Yeah, this point, fantastic question. This point also gets missed out in various debates which I sometimes see. You see, there is much method in the madness. When the war is joined between any two nations, which you saw in Russia, Ukraine, or any other, Azerbaijan and Armenia, the aggressor, attacker, or the one who initiates actually starts with a preemptive, normally, not a rule of the God, preemptive airstrike. Preemptive, the name is preemption. Yesterday, somebody was describing preemption. Preemptive airstrike. What is the aim? Two aims. One is a counter air operations to kill the enemy's maximum air assets on ground. Before they take off, kill them. Kill them in the hangars, kill them in the. Do not let them take off. Kill their runways, kill them. It is called counter air operation. Second is to suppress the enemy's air defense. Now, I've been talking about air defense in three verticals: sensors, battle management and control, and fire. How do you kill? How do you kill air defense? How do you suppress? Not by firing at their guns and missiles. No, sorry. You have to kill them by taking out their eyes and ears, that is their sensors, and striking on their control nodes which control the air defense better. Now, imagine the tremendous wisdom in striking these 11 targets, actually 13, but I'll talk about 11, which DJMO from the air headquarters, he gave a subtle hint. If somebody experts pick up fine. Now I'll take you through one by one. All right, Noor Khan Air Base. Noor Khan, everybody says just close to Rawalpindi, close to that. What was the aim between CO and suppression of enemy air defense? They destroyed in Pak Air Mobility Command and Control Center. I was talking about Air Mobility Command and Control Center. It was destroyed. And close to Rawalpindi, it is close to their power hub because Noor Khan is just 10 kilometers from Islamabad. Come to Rafiki. What is it that we're trying to destroy in Rafiki? Two important aircraft, Mirage AF-17 fighter squadrons are located there. We try to take them on in hangars. In Murid, what was in Murid? Most importantly, Air Defense Radar Station, his drone warfare headquarter was there. A headquarter which I was talking to, Air Mobility Headquarter, drone warfare headquarter. We struck at the drone warfare headquarter. In Sakar, we struck at the radar station. You see the huge radar, it got decimated. In Sialkot, what do we do? Aviation base, which is controlling the drones. In Pasrur is a sight to see. I really like the video pictures of the radar getting disabled in Pasrur. Pasrur is very close to the border. It is a huge air defense radar setup. And also remember, wherever there is an air defense radar, there will be air defense command and control setup, air defense command and control node. That also takes a hit. In Chunian, again, air defense radar. In Sargoda, counter air operation, runway hit, big crater made. And Sargoda, don't think Sargoda is a small airfield. It is their biggest air base. And also many critical air assets are there. F-16 are there. Maybe J-10 are also there. I'm not sure. In Skardu, we hit an airfield and a radar site. In Bholari, which is controlling the southern portion of it, we hit what we hit again a radar site. And of course, in Jacobabad, we took down the airfield and took out a hangar. So, what are you seeing? What are we destroying? We are destroying air assets on ground. We are taking on their hangars. We are destroying drone controlling headquarters. We are destroying air mobility control centers. We are destroying air defense radars. So where are we hitting? We hitting where it strikes most. Yeah, air defense is blinded. Russian. 23rd February 2022. Russia is the second mightiest air force in the world. They launched the preemptive airstrikes. The Ukrainian air defenses were underground. They were their air defense command control centers were underground, and most of their air assets were under concrete. Madam, an air force of the might of Russia could not achieve a local favorable air situation. Leave aside air superiority. The- This is the beauty of air defense. Just remember, if air defense is alive, the airspace will remain contested. Simple. It's period. Air defenses and airstrike capability is alive. Your airspace will remain contested. We will live to fight another day if you don't kill us. Air defenses will live to fight another day. And what are our air warriors are hitting? Air defense, radar, air mobility center, runways, cratering runways, hitting hangars. Now you see the beauty of the striking. You have to extract the intelligence, what is happening, and then you realize the big picture emerges. This is what is happening.
So this was really, really wonderful. I think it was so nice and exhaustive, gave us so much of an insight for a common man to understand
Yeah.
what actually happened, what was Operation Sindoor, which actually happened, and the hero of the complete operation, which was air defense, what actually it is. I'm grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much for,
Thank you.
giving us so much of an insight. It
Thank
was
you.
a real pleasure to have you on the
Thank you.
chat room, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.